Welcome to the Roncast, where entrepreneurs find killer tips, techniques, and tools to start and growth hack any business. Brought to you by one of Canada's favorite business personalities, Ron Davies. Enjoy the show.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Roncast. I'm your host, Ron Davies, and we are on TRC57, which is WTF is going on with the marketing team and even the executive team at Harley Davidson. I'll tell you what, I've owned Harley since I was a teenager. I don't know how many I've had, but I do have a patch on my riding jacket from the Harley Owners Group Club that says I've done over 500,000 miles on Harley Davidsons. That's more than 99.5% of Harley owners. So you might say that I'm an avid Harley rider, but I'll tell you what, if you're smart, this is the year to go out and buy one, because I believe, as do the majority of investors, that this will be Harley Davidson's last year. The company has struggled with slumping sales. The company is being met with a lot of trouble from President Trump because they have moved their quote-unquote American motorcycle production offshore into Asia to save money. And Mr. Trump and riders like myself are not happy about it. There's no way that Harley Davidson should be manufacturing this bike, at least all of the parts of this bike, in China and other parts of Asia, shipping it to Milwaukee, where a few pieces are bolted together, and then call it American motorcycle. Honestly, the bike I have right now is what's called an Ultra Glide CVO Screaming Eagle. It is the most expensive and equipped Harley Davidson ever manufactured, and if you went to put this bike together similar to mine now, you'd spend about 80,000 Canadian dollars. Now, some might say that's crazy, but hey, a lot of people spend $80,000 on a car, and well, even in our driveway, but in time, that car isn't worth anything, whereas the bike is holding its value, and it may even go up in value if Harley Davidson has to close its stores. I don't know if you've seen the ads that Harley is running targeting millennials. It's like they have no understanding. They talked about segmentation of the motorcycle buyer market. They've lost their focus on their core buying group, which is people like me who have had bikes, if not Harley's bikes, all their lives. I don't know how much I've spent on Harley Davidson motorcycles. My brother rides a Harley. Most of my friends ride Harleys, and my wife rides her own Harley. So the fact of the matter is, unless Harley Davidson starts speaking to us as the core rider group, they're going to lose an awful lot. And what's going to happen is people are going to go over to Polaris's Indian motorcycles. You may or may not know that the Victory brand that was Polaris's before tanked. It went away, and now it's Indian. And Indian is building a very good quality big bike. Harley, for a while, was focusing, they thought, on making smaller, more economical bikes for people like millennials who see motorcycles as practical transportation. And in a recent Harley Davidson video ad, it showed a number of millennials sitting on the edge of sort of a park garden, swinging their legs and playing on iPads as a couple of big Harleys went by, and they kind of looked at these riders all enviously. It's like the marketing people at Harley Davidson just have no clue what they're doing. No idea whatsoever. They've lost touch with who their buyers are. The average buying demographic of the big bikes, like my bike, which is a 1.8 liter Ultra Glide, as I mentioned, the average family income, it's not a ton, but the average income is about $90,000 a year. The average buyer age is 50, and they're trying to sell these things to millennials who are interested in ecology, economy, practicality, and pragmatic use. These are the people that are buying their first Teslas. So Harleys are a lifestyle bike. You know, they were smart when they were appealing to female riders. My wife has her own Sportster. It's a little hot rod, and I love it too. And they do, you know, ladies' nights where they teach women how to, the how-tos of motorcycle riding and safe riding. You know, how to pick up a bike if it's laid down, all those kind of things. So they've done a lot of smart things in the past. But the last CEO, previous to this one, it's like, I don't know what happened. They have no clue, no idea. In my opinion, it's completely irresponsible. I can't believe the marketing that Harley is doing got past the chief marketing officer, let alone got past the legal people. Harley's introducing an electric motorcycle. What company could be less predisposed to success with an electric motorcycle than Harley Davidson? And here, let me give you an idea of the size. So Harley Davidson, in 2017, I believe, sold about 215,000 motorcycles, which isn't a lot. Honda sold, I believe, 2.9 million motorcycles themselves. 65% of Harley Davidson's market is in the United States. About 5% is here in Canada, and about 12 to 16%, I'm not sure what the numbers are exactly, is in the European Union. So you have to know your avatar. You guys that are listening into this that are business people or you're marketing people, you know that the key in any successful service or product is in knowing who your market is, understanding that avatar, defining it clearly, even if it's segmented. You have pragmatics over here, lifestyle riders over there, you know, lone wolf types in the middle. You have to understand those three avatars in this example. Harley's just completely forgotten who's been buying their motorcycle for over 100 years. It's like it's lost on them. My feeling is that this is Harley's last year. The investors and the board ousted the previous CEO. The new CEO that was in was handled just a pile of shit for a company to try to renovate it and overhaul it and restore it to its former glory. Now he's gone. I mean, really, in all fairness, it wasn't the guy's fault. You hand somebody a pile of shit, well, what are they going to turn it into? There's no magic wand. What had to happen is they had to get rid of about 70% of the executive staff, particularly the marketing staff and the sales staff, and focus on lifestyle riders. That's where the money's coming from. So my feeling is that Harley Davidson is going to become insolvent in the next, 4 to 6, 8 quarters tops. They are going to go insolvent. They'll be looking for government bailouts. And right now, with our very unpredictable Mr. Trump as the U.S. president, and he was originally very supportive of Harley Davidson, just like Mr. Ronald Reagan was when he was president back in the 70s, and he helped Harley Davidson out to compete with the heavy Japanese motorcycles. He raised the import tariff on heavy Japanese motorcycles by 45%. Well, Mr. Trump is really pissed off now because Harley Davidson has offshored so much of their manufacturing. It's no longer an American motorcycle. It's now a Chinese motorcycle that gets all the benefit of old government support marketing in the United States, the European Union, and Canada. So my feeling, honestly, Harley Davidson's done. Whatever bikes they manufacture in their last year on the planet are going to become collector's bikes. And they're going to do nothing but go up in value. So, hey, if you've ever thought about buying one, now's the time to do it. Be sure to tell them that I sent you. Maybe they'll send me a pot of coffee or something. And I'll tell you what, you should at least be, if you're a Harley rider, you should be letting your Harley salespeople know that you're pissed off, because I know I am. I don't know what the F is going on down there. Anyway, that's my rant for today. You guys know I do a rant about once a month. Well, Harley Davidson certainly deserved this one. I'm your host, Ron Davies. This is the Roncast. If you have any questions about this podcast, please drop me an email, ron@theroncast.com. Be sure to share this with someone that you know that rides motorbikes or might find it interesting, and be sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
That's it for this episode of the Roncast. Be sure to subscribe and tune in again for killer tips, techniques, and tools to growth hack any business. We hope you've enjoyed the show.